The Hilltop Glove Podcast is sponsored by Mid-Carolina Service Company.
Mid-Carolina Service Company is the first name to search for your residential or commercial HVAC needs in Lexington and surrounding areas.
Just go holler at Jason and Clint. They'll hook you up on the air conditioners, on the restaurant equipment, refrigerators, refrigeration, ice machine repair. They've been doing this for years. I know them cats forever.
Family owned and operated since 2006, they pride themselves in their quality work and customer relationships. Call 803-356-4153 or visit midcarolinaserviceco.com for a no obligation quote for service today.
The Hilltop Glove Podcast is sponsored by True Brilliance Entertainment.
True Brilliance is a production, promotions, and management company dedicated to connecting artists and producers across the Carolinas to music industry professionals.
Several of their clients have placements both domestic and internationally as a result of their services.
Are you an artist or producer looking to build meaningful relationships within the music industry? Then True Brilliance is for you. Check them out at paramilitary.com. That's spelled P-A-I-R-A military.com.
This episode of the Hilltop Glove Podcast is sponsored by Bob's. Bob's is a Columbia-based retailer of over 100 Black-owned products from 20 Black-owned businesses. Bob's offers a wide range of items from household cleaning, cosmetics, and everything in between. With every visit to Bob's, you support Black-owned businesses, giving them the opportunity to grow and establish connections with our community. Bob's is located inside the Noma warehouse at 2222 Sumter Street in Columbia, South Carolina. Visit their website, weshopbobs.com for in-store pickup or to find out more. Bob's can also be found via social media on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at weshopbobs. When you stop by, tell them the Hilltop Glove sent you. Bob's brings quality Black brands to the Columbia community. The Hilltop Glove Podcast is sponsored by Red Rooster Sports Bar and Grill. Red Rooster is your neighborhood bar and grill serving the best wings, burgers, and baskets in the Met.
Like the amazing food, the bar is always on tap, and there's plenty of screens to watch the big game. Red Rooster is the Midland's premier meetup spot for local car and bike clubs, fraternities, and sororities.
Staff is dedicated to accommodating all kinds of parties and events. If you're looking to catch a game, have a bite, and a drink, look no further than the Red Rooster.
Red Rooster is located at 7500 Wilson Boulevard, Columbia, South Carolina. For more information, visit redroostersportsbar.com or visit them on Facebook and Instagram at Red Rooster Sports Bar. Go where the winners go.
Welcome to the Hilltop Glove Podcast.
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 Good morning, and welcome to another episode of the Hilltop Glove Podcast. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Robert Reasons Brown. Reasons is a curator, designer, musician, entrepreneur, and community player. Reasons is excelling at partnering the need for entrepreneurship with the passion for artistic expression through projects like the Honeycomb Experience. The Honeycomb Experience uses fashion, art, and music to create experiences that inspire the culture to network by offering an exclusive club for exclusive people doing exclusive things. I really like that.
That's what we about.
Through this performance and event venue, Reasons has developed a working model for combining progressive economics and arts. Reasons does all of this while also producing and performing art, running an art gallery, and educating the community. How you doing today, Mr. Reasons?
Tired, but I'm good. We get a little bad, you know? When you start reading over what to do, it's like, yeah, I see why you tired.
You see why you tired?
Like, I was about to say, he does all of this. Like, okay.
Look, I'm looking at this man's stuff. I'm going through and I'm like, God dang, God almighty, does he stop?
Nah, I get that all the time, but like I tell my people, like I tell my team, we here. You know, when you here, you can't stop. You know, you gotta keep pressing on no matter what's going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For sure.
And with that being said, very simply, I'm gonna hit you with this one so we can get into the fun part. Could you give our listeners some understanding of your background, your upbringing, and what influenced you to pursue the life of an artist and entrepreneur?
Well, I'm originally from New York.
Where?
I started off, I went to school at North Carolina Central. Basketball really was my thing. You know, back before like anything with art was involved, like basketball was it. Art was kind of like on the back burner. It was just something I was just good at. It wasn't necessarily like, yo, I'm gonna grow up and be an artist. But because when you young and you in that environment where everybody's pushing to play basketball, it's like that's the cool thing to do.
True.
It's not. It wasn't cool to be an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but that was something I was always good at. So when I moved down here, it just kind of became a release for me. You know, so that's kind of like how the art always been involved with me. I went and got my degree from Bluefield State in marketing. So that way I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur once I started going through life. You know, like, because you know how when you're younger, it's like, yo, I want to be this, I want to be that. But experiencing like really kind of shape you on what you want to do. So I knew I wanted to do something where I wanted to work for myself, but it was like, how can I do that and still like
make money?
Yeah, make money and still be me, you know?
Yeah.
At the same time, because I feel like a lot of people start businesses just to start them. But I do feel like you said, like I do a lot of stuff. It's easy for me to do it because I enjoy doing every aspect of what I do.
Right.
You know, so I'm just allowing my experiences really to just keep fueling what I do.
That's a dope way to put it. Allowing your experiences to keep fueling what you do.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Because especially as a creative, you could get burnt out trying to manage the business side and that creative side.
Yeah.
Because you're still wanting to express yourself, but at the same time, you got to run a business.
Yeah.
So absolutely. And I feel like sometimes that does damper or like, but I should say hamper the creativity process, especially like for me, just because, you know, once you start elevating in a business setting, you know, you have to spend more time on that compared to, I had to be a businessman more than I'm an artist nowadays because it's other artists underneath me. You see what I'm saying? So I understand like this bigger than myself. So a lot of people don't want to, and sometimes it might not even be being burnt out. It's just that sometimes you just don't have it to worry about everybody else at that time. You see what I'm saying? Because at this point where I'm at, it's like I got 3-4 artists under me. You feel me? So do I focus on my art or do I get the business right so all of our art can
service them? Exactly.
You know, because that's really the whole purpose of the Honeycomb Experience. I didn't start for it to be like the Reasons Brown platform. You know, it's always supposed to be bigger. So that way, when I'm going, it's still here to keep going.
That's what blew my mind.
So you mentored them?
Blew my mind.
I wouldn't say it. I don't like to use the word mentor, but like we grow together. I use that terminology because, like for instance, last year we did a financial workshop with Fifth Third Bank on East Boulevard. We did 8 of them.
I loved it.
You know what I mean? So it's like I'm growing too because I'm not the most financial savvy, but it's like I know that's a need.
Right.
So I'm not the type to be like, I don't like talking down to people. I'm like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be here so we can all grow together. So now it's not, you're not looking at me like I'm above you or anything like that. We grew together even though we in different lanes.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's what the Honeycomb Experience is about. Like you don't have to be me. We can grow. We could both be financially savvy in what we're doing. I'm a curator. You might be a photographer, but we still both need to know how to work out funds. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say mentoring. It's just like I started a journey, and whoever's coming, we here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get on the boat. Yeah.
You know? Exactly.
And quick question. This is a side item. I guess I'm woke now. You still play ball?
Yeah, of course. I definitely play ball still.
That's what I care about.
I'm just not getting back to it because I was actually in a wreck in November. This lady, she had ran the light with her lights off. So we was turning left to actually get paint for a piece that we did in the art gallery.
Yeah.
So we turning left and she literally just
never saw it.
We never saw the car. Well, I saw it. The person dropped. My friend didn't see it. So I was a passenger side. So yeah, they had
got the impact.
Yeah, they had to come out the car and everything. Like I literally just finished physical therapy last week.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
God dang. Well, blessings, brother. You're still here with us.
No, definitely. And that's why like when I say like we here, like it hit different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
totally.
I know what it could have been like to not see my son tomorrow. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Blessings again. Well, that's good to hear. I'm happy that you're feeling better. I'm happy that physically you're doing well because one of the biggest things that I saw about the work that you're a part of, obvious connection that you're pushing between culture and economics.
Absolutely.
As we know, culture has the potential to be a powerful economic force if it is harnessed correctly. This was seen with the creation of hip hop and its worldwide dominance over multiple industries. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be art. It can be beverage sales.
Right.
You're going to use hip hop to sell it. Would you elaborate on what you feel the importance of understanding that connection between culture creation and finances is?
I think once us as artists understand that, like, we have the power to drive culture, you know what I'm saying? Like, culture starts and ends with us. You know what I mean? A lot of times people might have funds, but they don't necessarily have the creativity.
Right.
So now it's like, once you put yourself in a position where you know the business as well, you can really dominate. You know what I mean? Now you really put a chokehold on the culture, because it's like, I don't need to go to a big wig or somebody who might not really care about the culture. They just want to do it to look good. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, my impact can be a real impact now, because I know I'm already creative, but now I know the finance too.
You can leverage it.
I can leverage it. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I try to get all the artists to do. Like, get your leverage up and then, capitalize on that.
Like, understand your worth.
Exactly.
Push on that point, because I think a lot of folks, and I know we're learning that, we're talking, I know Kevin has mentors and stuff they speak to, and they always talk about the importance of finding out what your leverage point is before you decide to get into a partnership, a co-business owner, anything like that. Figure out where your leverage is.
No, facts.
And could you explain some of your understandings of you going through that and figuring out, hey, I have leverage here, and how to use it?
Okay. Let's just talk about in terms of, well, I like to say, like, social currency, right?
Yep.
Because a lot of times, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Damon John, the Shark.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of the first books, like, first people where I bought their book about entrepreneurship. Because, like, when I started doing the clothes, that was my first, like, grasp at, like, mixing the art with the entrepreneurship, doing the clothes. I still do that today. Like, all my pieces like one of ones, because I want them to be like
cool
art pieces.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah.
So when I started doing that initially, I knew that, okay, that was the thing. Like, it's one of one. Nobody else has that. You feel me? That's the leverage. So if you have my piece, it's like nobody else has that. You feel me? So you got to think about it like that. But also, when I'm talking to clients and things of that nature, other small businesses trying to get started, it's like, who are you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's easy and good product sells itself, but the best product is true to itself. You feel me? So
Dang, say that again.
That is a whole punchline.
I'm gonna put that on a shirt, be rocking that around. That'll be my mantra for the next 28 days. Yeah, but that's true.
Good product sells itself, but good product stays true to what it is. You know what I mean? So, like, for me, for instance, my leverage is the fact that I'm me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't walk in rooms as themselves.
Yeah.
That alone right there is my leverage, because a lot of people probably wonder, like, how's he getting all these things done? Because when I walk in a room, I'm me, and I know what I'm about. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I'm trying to do. A lot of time when you walk in a room, you got to have intent. Like, you can't just be there. You're just sucking up air.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So once you start, like, really getting to your who am I, and what's my intent on why I'm doing these things, it's easier to move. You know what I mean? So when I'm doing things with the Honeycomb Experience, it might seem like, okay, he's doing a lot. He got fashion, he got music things going on, but I'm really encompassing all them things at one time.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, the fashion show, for instance, I use music in the fashion show as well. You feel me?
Good point.
But then I make clothes. So I'm not like, I'm just showing my clothes. I get other designers too. Yeah. I use the gallery space and I open it up for the other entrepreneurs as well. You feel what I'm saying? So now it's like,
cross-marketing.
Exactly. But then that also helps all of us increase our leverage because, like I said, we grow together. So now it's like, it's not just like, okay, I'm growing. The Honeycomb Experience is growing. So if you're a part of it, you're growing too. You know? So yeah.
To your purpose, all of that stuff.
It's leveraging numbers too. You know, I was just having a meeting with my team yesterday and we was talking about just how, it's 8 of us. Imagine we all go to a place and brought one person. That's 16 people. Now imagine we all got the same shirt on. So people gonna be like, yo, who are they? You know?
Y'all your entourage.
Yeah. You know, and when you all look one, like, you know what I'm saying, united front, imagine that. You know, and that goes to like the project we working on called Pangea.
I saw that.
Yeah.
What's that?
Checking that out.
Pangea is we're working on it's like a DJ Khaled type of project. I'm on some DJ Khaled time. I'm working with I got about 19 artists on it right now. We got 18 songs done. We use this shop in this bodega in Noda called the Rennie Mart. So pretty much every Thursday we go there, 9:00, we turn into a studio.
This is dope.
Yeah, y'all could, like, let's say y'all just customers, y'all wanted to come in the store, y'all can literally come in there and we're making a whole song from scratch.
What?
Right there, the beat,
Yep, right
recording
there.
it all. That's how we made the whole project. Because like I said, like, I'm about community. I'm about shrinking the world. Like I like what you said last interview. Like that's the whole theme for this year. We're going to shrink it. And that's what Pangea is. You think about Pangea, it was a super continent.
Yep.
You feel me? So now I'm combining different artists from all over. And we all come together for one thing. You feel me? Our sound is unique. Why? Because we making it together. I don't have to be like them. Like I like hip hop, but then I got trap artists. I got singers. Like, so now it's like, we all bring out something different in each other, you know?
Oh, cool.
And you're doing it in front of the community.
Exactly.
Which leads to how does this impact your community?
Absolutely.
You're letting them see it firsthand. Experience.
I feel like, exactly, because I feel like although, you know, a lot of people, they don't read, you know what I mean? So what's the next best thing to teach somebody? You got to show them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Visual, because this generation is more visual learners.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what something that we tried to tackle with the Honeycomb Experience this year in terms of being more visual. Like, how can we like not have we don't have a bunch of marketing dollars to use. So now it's like, okay, you got to think with what Damon John calls the power of zero. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Would you ever think of being innovative or have any type of ingenuity if you've never heard no? You feel me? If your pockets was empty, you know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, your pockets was full. Would you be thinking like, how am I going to do this? The question how always comes from the fact that you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So instead of thinking of it like, okay, I don't have this, it's like, okay, well, how can we get it done without having to do that? Because that's
Like
how we got
problem solving, working
exactly. You know, and we keep it that way. You know, that's what we on.
Man, y'all on a good time.
Yeah.
That was a good time. I was mad impressed by what I was seeing with your development. Because one thing that caught me off guard is because usually with artists, especially with hip hop artists, especially in this day, you don't see the amount of community involvement that I would like to tease we used to have.
Yeah, no, fact.
Gil back there could speak to this. Like part of hip hop back in the day was community involvement.
Right. That's how I started.
Say it. And you like the pillars of hip hop, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
See? And I could tell that through your actions. This is blowing my mind. My brother's like, yo, you really gonna like speaking to him, bro. You really gonna like it.
Yeah, I like that only because like I'm big on giving back to what gives to you. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't just go to a garden and start picking apples. You know what I'm saying? It all started with seeds.
Yep.
So if you don't plant them seeds, you can't expect them. And then also, like I said, good product. You know what I mean? And product doesn't always have to be tangible. Like I said, we do workshops too.
Okay.
You know? So it's not just like I'm giving you something like, no, come gain knowledge. It's never like, no, okay, he's charging me for this. He wants me to come to another event where he's charging me. No. Like
they do think like that. The younger
you know what I mean?
No, that's why it's so good. Because he knows.
Especially when you're not like to a certain, once you get to a certain level, you can do that because people are just anticipating you. But if nobody's watching you, let's be realistic. Like I'm big in the community. I'm doing what I gotta do. But in the grand scheme of where I'm trying to take it, nobody's checking for me yet.
Right.
You feel me? So I gotta make sure that the little things matter. You feel me? Like every person I interact with, they got to become like, okay, I need to mess with Reese. I need to follow him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I was just on a movie set, this movie called Consequences that I'm just an extra in, but you know, that's another opportunity to network because everybody do something different.
True.
So now it's like, you know, like I said, I'm a basketball player in the movie. So I was naturally doing my thing. Of course, people are like, oh, you play da-da-da. I'm like, nah, but I do art now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hold on, you do art, but I got art.
You nice though.
Yeah, I got an art gallery in Gastonia, and then it's like,
that blew me up.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, one, you don't see black people owning the art gallery, let alone black men. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to use that to also help the community. Like we do a food drive and a clothes drive there.
Cool.
You feel me?
I told you it's solid.
Yeah. And what I was doing when I first started last year, I set a goal, like I said, intent. We set a goal for 500 cans.
Yeah.
So what I was doing was I host the open mic on Tuesdays at Cloud Check. So what I was doing was when I go there to perform, I would have a box like you can come like because the open mic is free. Yeah. So only thing I'm asking you for is to bring a canned food. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when I was like did basketball games and stuff like that, charity events, I wouldn't charge. Bring a canned food, you get it for free. Okay. You feel me? So like if you come to my art gallery now, I got like 4 shelves of just food, you know?
Wow.
And now I'm trying to work on seeing how I can get a partnership with like the Salvation Army because there's one close by. Because now we start thinking about, okay, let's take it a little bigger now. Yeah. You feel me? Because
a step.
Exactly.
Keep moving.
Because the first step was like, okay, let's see if we can really get 500 cans. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can really get some clothes donated to where like we can do it. Because those are things I don't post. You feel me? Like, I'm not posting every week when somebody drops off a box of food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My thing is like, okay, where we taking it next? You know what I mean? So that's why I like partnerships like Salvation Army. Those are my next steps. Something else we're doing with the Honeycomb Experience just to help with the community and broaden our horizons. And we're doing we're going with Patreon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and that's what we're going to do, like live broadcasting. So like on the 10th, when we do our concert for Pangea, the live listening session, you can watch it wherever you're at. You know what I mean? Like we're going to broadcast it like a TV show.
Yep.
Dope.
Leverage.
Yeah, you know, and that's once again, it's increasing our leverage. You know what I mean? So I think that might be like the topic of this conversation. Cause I feel like that's what's one thing artists need to know, because you're so thirsty trying to chase something when people are chasing you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Good point.
Like,
good point.
You gotta think about it like that. Like you run around so much, you're not even thinking like, I'm really there. I could be lapping them because they're really coming trying to get me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But I'm making it too easy for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, why would you do that?
You know, because you don't have the concept.
Yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes you fall short when you don't know who you are. Even for somebody to be like, I got this over here. But then if it don't align with what you got going on, you still might do it just because at the moment, you feel me?
It's convenient.
Exactly. Yeah. That convenience doesn't always like pan out for future longevity.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think artists need to know that because that messes up your leverage. Because it's like you take the first thing is like, okay, I know you're gonna go for anything now. Other people are watching that too. You know what I mean?
People are watching that movement and how you develop the business and the economics around what you're doing.
Exactly.
People do it with lack of economics. And that was something I was thinking about last night, is the fact that you'll have people, they'll go out and they'll do the art and do the experience for free, not thinking about any building steps towards community development or economics for themselves. Leading into this, like, what do you see as the goal for the Honeycomb Experience and your other initiatives that you have moving forward?
Honestly, I want the Honeycomb Experience to be as big as Coachella. Like when I started Honeycomb Experience, I wanted it to be a mix of Coachella and Rock Nation brunch.
Cool.
Because if you think about it, Coachella, like I said, we're going to talk about the exclusive factor.
Yeah.
Because if you think about Coachella, it's in the middle of nowhere.
True.
You know what I mean? I watch the documentary once a week. They lost $1 million their first year.
Good point.
So if you got people, and you see where Coachella is right now.
Yeah.
So you have people who lost $1 million, kept going. Why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? You might have only lost 50. You might have only lost 100.
Yeah.
We talking about $1 million. People will come get you for $1 million if you lose it. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. But back to the initial point though, like Coachella is in the middle of nowhere. You feel me? And they got that idea based off the fact that the place that they wanted, it was booked. So they had to find someplace else, which was like miles away. That's how they developed the polo field. It wasn't even a polo field. Polo bought it. You feel me? Then now you start talking about them partnerships. You feel me? Because now Polo buys the land, and now you don't have to worry about trying to be landowners. That's not your thing. Your thing is Coachella. Coachella is not a property. It's an event. You feel me? So now you just focused on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They partnered with the Staples Center. The Staples Center was like, do Coachella again after they lost $1 million. You feel me? So now it's like, okay, I got the Staples Center behind me.
Right,
I got the Polo, behind me. We just gonna do it. We're gonna try to get the best talent at the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you think about it, people go to all over, save up to go to Coachella.
True.
When it's all said and done, in the next maybe like 4 years, you should be saving up to come to a Honeycomb Experience event. You know what I mean? Because that's where it's like, you want to come see it wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? And all my venues that I do, like my events at, they always be like in a secluded place.
Cool.
That's what I was wondering when I seen the Gastonia. And I was just like, yo, was that planned set or was it something honestly, that came happenstance?
I have ties to Gastonia. Only my sisters go to school there. You know, my son's there. Like, so it's kind of like, it makes sense.
Best of both worlds.
Exactly. I'm able to do.
It gives you distance. But then you still have.
Exactly. And I feel like Gastonia is a growing city, you know, and I feel like now we're on the starting point of what's going to be a definitely incline for it, because especially with us being community based, we could bring a lot of life to it just because we for the people. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to keep you alive.
Exactly. And that's our Coachella feel again, because now it's like I'm making Gastonia look like Coachella.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's my vibe. But then we're still small like Rock Nation Brunch. If you think about it, Rock Nation Brunch, you got to get invited.
Right.
You're not just sitting there and you're not just looking like anything. You come in there ready like, yeah, we're going to have fun, but you probably going to talk business if you sit in a room with a bunch of millionaires. Let's talk money. But that's why I try to fill the room with. You feel me? The rooms are very intentional with my events. You know what I mean? Like, I do offer to the community, but I send out invites. You know what I mean? Like, for the 10th, I sent out probably like 200 invites. You know what I mean? Just for 50 people that could be in person.
Right.
Because that's a whole different experience for them compared to watching it through the Patreon. That's why we did the Patreon. Because now I don't want to exclude you, but sometimes you gotta show people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Before they can actually be.
Exactly. And the thing is, I know that's a show and prove world. You know what I mean? So that's why it's like, I know what I'm doing, but okay, how can I speed up the process of my first adapters? You feel me? Like those 50 people that come to an event, those are your first adapters because they're directly in line with what you got going on. They can tell the next person.
They got the experience.
You feel me? Exactly. Yeah. So now you're relying on those people to tell another people, to tell more people, compared to I'm offering that. And then the online, you're still getting a similar experience, not exactly, but it's making you want to come in
like
person.
a little taste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because in person, you get a packet, like for the listening sessions, like you get a grading sheet. We want to know what songs you like. So the people are actually going to get to pick the songs.
Oh, okay.
So, because like nobody heard it yet. So like this is going to be the first time we're doing the top 7 songs we like for the first one. Like I said, we got 18 songs. So now you get to grade them. Whatever song gets the highest grade, that's the single.
Okay.
Y'all looking like Motown.
Yeah. So you including them into the experience so y'all can actually be like, oh, I was a part of that.
Exactly.
And that way they're going to support the project.
Exactly. Going forward, because the project didn't even drop yet. The first installment drops on Valentine's Day because we have it broken down into categories now.
Okay.
Because now as you start, like, as I do my research, trying to get like, okay, how do you put a project out?
Right.
You can't just put out music. Like, you can't just have 10 random songs.
No.
You know, because now it sets up for Pangy to be an actual short film. You feel me? Like Pangy is a person. Like you see how everything's unfolding.
Yeah.
Exactly. But see,
not a dead thing.
That's how I'm able to do everything at one time. I'm combining my talents. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like my artistry, I'm able to make my album covers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But music, I rap, but now I'm sharing a platform with other artists. I'm not trying to gain 8 million followers. You know what I mean? I'm focused on the niche. You feel me? Who's with us? And we're going to keep feeding them. That's why we do the listening sessions. The Patreon, as long as you're a member, you could come to the gallery in person or virtually because the art classes are going to be up there too.
That's what I like too.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could speak to our listeners about that. Fact, I wanted to touch on this because of the involvement in the local community. If you could just touch on the financial classes and the art classes that you do.
So we're actually going to get back to the financial workshop classes next month in March. Just because we're moving it from the bank to the gallery. Like we talked about before, leverage. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm bringing 30 plus people to your bank once a month, you know what I mean? We got to start talking something.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
You know what I mean?
They open up accounts.
They did though. That's the thing. They did. That's the crazy thing. Like no real story. Like the first one we did, it was 55 people there. We had ice cream. Like we had a big art exhibit in the bank. That's literally what it becomes.
Oh, wow.
So they was giving out $300. So I had like out of the 55 people, maybe like 27 signed up. So you gotta think, banks got a quarter too on accounts. They want to, you know what I mean? Once you start learning these things, you're not thinking about that from the other side. Because most time when you're dealing with a bank, you're a consumer.
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You're asking for something compared to you like bringing something.
This portion of the podcast is brought to you by Lynx Recording Studio.
Lynx is a premier audio and video recording studio in the greater Charleston area with 4 completely different booths, multiple peripherals, and 4 producers. They have the ability to service all facets of audio and video creativity.
If you need to record a song, a podcast, create a demo, or even take headshots and complete drops for Hollywood film, they've done it.
Call them at 843-879-9386 or find them online at lynxrecordingstudios.com. That's Lynx, Lynx, recordingstudios.com.
To the table.
Yeah.
You know, so now when we're doing this conversation, I'm like, oh, we did 8 of them consistently.
This is a partnership now. Like,
it should be.
I'm your partner.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? You know what I mean? I need to do more than just be able to use your logo and stuff like that. Like, can we go both ways? Can you come down to Gastonia? Can we do more? Can we do more outreach?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, can we get outside the bank a little more? But that wasn't, not saying that they didn't, but it just didn't work out. You see what I'm saying? So now we're moving into the gallery.
Okay.
Because it's like, now it's like the power is within. Like I said, like, so now it's about what you're going to stand on. I'm not going to stop doing them.
Yeah.
It's just that now I had to find somebody who consistently wanted to teach the finance part once a month. So now way I can still offer the service, because it's not about me being the master of it. Because like I said, we're growing together.
Yeah.
So I'm in the class with y'all.
Yeah,
Right.
I need instruction too.
Exactly.
We
It's a
getting this
different
together.
avenue.
Mhm.
Go down. Okay.
Exactly.
Are you
And
just creating your own avenue?
exactly. The platform is ours. We use it how we see fit. You feel what I'm saying? We just keep, like I said, we keep feeding our community. So as long as you with that, you be able to come to the workshops for free. I never charge you to learn.
Cool.
That's what I thought was
Yeah.
the most,
Oh, wow.
it reminded me of almost like how the Black Panther Party used to run it. Like, well, they're going to have a class. They aren't going to charge the people. Why? Because they know they don't have. So you don't get your ends from the people
By sucking your people
Yeah.
dry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because then when it comes time to really support you, like, do I need you to support me for you to learn?
Right.
No. You feel me?
That's a good point.
We need to be engaged with each other. You feel me? Like, a lot of times you support people because you know them. Like, you interact with them. It's like, oh, nah, I feel that.
Personal relationship.
You see what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with anything else but that. So it's like, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
Right.
Why would I charge you to come learn? No,
That's
you
so
come
crazy.
learn.
It's so dope.
Then it's like, oh, he does this for free. What else do he do? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm giving you the knowledge. I'm bringing you to the water.
There's no reason why you shouldn't be there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it breaks down that, because usually that is a wall.
Yeah.
It keeps people from getting things they need. It's all right, I don't have $5 or $10 or $15 or $20.
But I remember
to get
on
to that.
other episodes, we talk about different ways of support. And it's like people want certain things. And what are you giving instead?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But artists, once again, leverage. You know what I'm saying? You can't really have leverage until you having people behind you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like social currency. A lot
Yeah.
of things don't come down to dollars. When you
Right.
trying to get dollars, it's not about having dollars. You know, I know people like say like it
Sounds
takes money
weird.
to make money,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when you start thinking about, okay, I need to make a partnership, you don't come to a partnership thinking like, man, I got this amount of money, I need to be going to do this. Because why would you need a partnership?
You should just do it yourself.
You would just do it yourself.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But you need that partnership because it's like, you might have the dollars, but I have the people.
Right.
There you go.
And you can't even use your dollars without these people.
Yep. So you
So
need me.
You need me. You feel me? So it had nothing to do with no dollar amount. I'm not a millionaire. You feel what I'm saying? But I know that if you wanna rock with me, you're gonna have to help the people too.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
That's a mindset right there.
I like that mindset. How about the art classes? Could you explain?
Yeah,
that
the
real
art
quick?
classes, we do those on Saturdays. We do three of them technically. So we do 11 o'clock and 12:30 for kids.
Dope.
Right? And then at 5 o'clock, we do adults. We just add the adult classes just because we added another art teacher.
Hey.
Yeah, so now we got 2 art teachers, and then we have some an intern now. So, you know, the space is growing because I have the gallery and then I have the store that I run as well.
Yeah.
So just being able to have both of them running at the same time, that's the goal.
Where's this at?
In Gastonia,
Oh,
in East
okay.
Ridge Mall.
Yeah,
Okay.
East Ridge Mall.
So we do the art classes. It's small. We try to keep it 10 to a class, just because we want to make sure you keep learning. It's
Right.
not like one of them
Quality.
art classes where you just like doing a project. So like this week we might be learning blending. You know what I'm saying? Because we want it to be you keep coming. So the best way to keep you coming is you keep you learning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Piece by piece.
Yeah.
And we're going to add to the art classes starting next month in March is like the networking piece to it. Cause like y'all haven't been in the space yet, but it's a game board on the floor.
Cool.
I was wondering what.
Yeah, it's a game board on the floor and it's called The Game, like the Honeycomb Experience. So it's the Honeycomb Experience game. So it's 3 aspects to it. It's the youth part where we teach the kids like communication skills, like what is an LLC and things like that. So you roll the dice, you pluck the card, you answer, you get it right, you move forward.
Oh, wow.
You feel me? We have the adult version that I like to do during my events too, where it's like, okay, you got 30 seconds, you might roll the dice and now you pluck the card and the card might say you got 30 seconds to meet 3 people, get their Instagram.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Or
so
you
it's
move to the
forcing
next
you.
spot.
Yeah.
Like,
But
but
making it fun and interactive.
exactly. So I'm really not forcing you. 'cause
Yeah.
I didn't sleep
You
you.
move.
that's why you came anyway.
Yeah.
You feel me? You came to my events to network, but a lot of people don't like to talk.
They kind of shy. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, how can I teach you without putting you feel like you in a classroom?
That is so darn.
Yeah. You are all around creative.
Inventive.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna add to the art classes, because then we also got like the dating edition. Okay. You know, so it's like, let's say you on your first date with your lady or whatever. You could roll the dice. Yo, what's my favorite color? When's my birthday? Yeah. But then we got the middle room where we could give you a dinner. You know what I'm saying? Because we have those resources.
Oh, wow.
You feel me? So now it's like you're in the front room. You did the game room. You did the game. In the middle room, you're going to do dinner. And then we could do an art class with you in the classroom. You see what I'm saying?
That's so cool. Yeah. I have to come check this out.
You got to.
I'm interested now.
You got to. It's the space is amazing. Like, that's really like, that's my baby. Outside of my children, like that's really my baby right there. We got murals in every room that's been painted by different artists. So it's like, it's not just, like I said, it's not just me. Like we got 10 artists in there right now. You know, one of them is 10 years old. One of them is 10 years old, and another one is from Hickory. She's in 10th grade. Well, she's in 11th grade now, but she just got an award for being like one of the top artists in Hickory. Oh. So and I used to train her in basketball. So it was dope for me to be able to like help in something else outside of basketball, because I know how that was for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So like, I'm going to help you get over this because I had to do it by myself.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's dope to display like a 70-year-old artwork in the gallery. Yeah. Compared to then I have somebody's artwork who was made in like 1968.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, she made it when she was in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know her, it's like me and her son are like this. So he was like, my mom's an artist. I was like, what? He brought the pieces in. I was like, wow, she made these when?
Let me get them.
Let me get them. Let's put them in here. And the thing is, like, the artists get to keep their bread. You know what I mean? So let's say you sell your piece, it's yours.
Oh, wow.
Like, why would I charge you to be you? You feel me? Like, you might have to come teach a kid. You know what I mean? I would rather you come teach the kids an art class or something like that instead of me trying to charge you. You feel me?
Like a percentage of your profit.
Exactly. Because like I see the space as like the YMCA for artists. If you think about the YMCA, you pay a membership and you can do whatever you want to do. Oh, you could grow how you need to in the YMCA. You could play basketball. You could lift.
You can go swim.
Exactly. You know?
Take a yoga class.
Exactly. So as long as you're a member on a Patreon, right now it's only $5. You feel me? So the first 20 slots that we doing is only $5. So you get to come in person or virtually for $5 as long as you're within the first 20. So we load the art classes up. We're going to learn them up every Wednesday. So you could do them at home or you could come in person on that Saturday.
Okay.
But you still have access to the art classes as long as you're a member.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's smart.
Exactly.
Access is everything.
But then it's still exclusive too, because it's like you can't just go look at it if you're not a member.
Right. You know people need options sometimes. They can't make it to everything, but they still want to be a part of it. So
you still come through the gate.
Exactly.
You get access options.
Exactly.
Quick question. And I know Kevin and I, Mr. Skip and myself, we were discussing this on the way up. The ability to work so well and do that business aspect and support people. How has that affected your own career as an artist? Because I know what we discuss all the time is it's hard to be 100% businessman and get that moving at the same time trying to be creative. It's almost like you have to have an off season to do art. Can you explain?
No, absolutely. And I'm honestly, this is something I'm really just learning. You know, like maybe like, but and that comes with, like I said, like shifting from a hobbyist to a professional. You know what I mean? Like hobbyists don't really understand the pressures of the business.
Right.
You feel me? But once you start making headway, like, oh no, I want to do this, I want to do that. You start like, okay, let me analyze this real quick. You know?
Get my books in order.
Yeah. But also, like, once you know who you are, you know your creative peak times. You feel me? Like, I know I'm creative at night, you know? So it's like during the day, I don't want to be on my phone. Like, I need to get to it to do the things I don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's a discipline, more of a discipline than anything.
Yeah.
Because when I wake up in the morning at 5, I know that that's a perfect opportunity for me to do the things I don't want to do and still have my day to do what I love to do. You feel me?
Yeah.
At the same time, it gets to the point where you have to balance it because the creativity is really pushing the business. So it doesn't matter how much you know about this if you're not pushing this at the same time. You should I'm enjoying this process now. You feel me?
You enjoy
like the business is really helping me fuel my art because I'm sharing it through the art. You feel me?
Got you.
Exactly. Like my events is my art. You know what I mean? My clothes, because I said they one-on-one piece, that's my art.
That's your art.
Yeah. Feel me?
The business and
exactly.
the art, you found a way to.
Exactly. The business
found his purpose.
The business is the art too now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because at the same time, once you start, it's a craft. You know what I mean? I'm working at that every day. And once you start working at it, you start developing your own techniques. You know what I mean? Because we're going to do a workshop for youth, you know what I mean? Starting probably in April. So that way we teaching that. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to teach them these concepts.
Absolutely.
Dang,
from kids from 8 to 16.
Because they need to know workflow at a young age.
Yeah, we did it. I've been doing it for 2 years. Like I said, a lot of things I just don't post it.
Okay.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Like anything I feel like is real, like community based. I'm not clout chasing. You feel me? Like I don't need 100 likes on Instagram for me to feel like, oh yeah, I'm really doing this. Like
to validate it. You know the validation because you're touching their lives.
Right. When you got these kids and they like, yo, Mr. Brown, boom, 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 boom. When I like the first year I did it, I had like Rick Ross tour DJ come in.
Yeah.
One of the kids, she was real, like I forgot her name, but she was 12 years old. She was really dope, a really dope artist. But she wanted to be an anime illustrator. A lot of Black females do not be in that field.
Yeah.
So it was dope to be able to find one, you know what I mean? To connect her with that. That's impact. That's dope. You know what I mean? And that's what we're trying to do. So yeah, of course we're going to teach them that.
God, dog, I'm telling you.
I mean, I like
say a bunch of old Black man stuff words right now.
When I went to Instagram, I was like, I don't really see anything on Instagram. Like, I don't know what they're about. And Kevin kept telling me, and I'm like, I don't know what they're about. But then you telling me all this stuff. So it's like, I have to go to the event to get the whole experience.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's
that's
like,
the catch.
It's like, you have to come to me.
You got to.
You know how I got the information about what he was doing besides Kevin telling me?
What?
Was going around other people that follow you and what they were saying about you. You know how they say when you're out of the room, how people talk about you? They talk highly of you.
Word, that's big.
That's what I thought. I was like, wow, these people talking about this man. It ain't, like you said, nothing was posted on your stuff.
Right.
Nothing was on his stuff about it. So I was like, good Lord. All right, so he must be really touching people.
That's it. I try to be like in person. Like I'm not Instagram savvy, and I'm not even gonna say Instagram savvy. I'm just not into it. You feel me? Like that's not my thing. I feel like I'm not gonna say it's unrealistic. I use it as a business tool. My intent for Instagram is that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a tool. So I'm trying to promote my events on there, things like that, because I'm not the type that's gonna be putting flyers in every car, stuff like that. But I'm gonna do a community event. And then people tell people that we're doing it then. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because now it's like, okay, if you rock with me, you're going to come to the event because it's like, I'm doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But then once you come, you're going to meet other people like me. Because now the room
is filled
with everybody that's on the same time.
The energy is on point.
Exactly. But then we weed each other. We weed the ones who's not a part of ones that don't fit out.
Yeah.
If you come to a Honeycomb Experience event and you don't got no business cards, you ain't got nothing to promote yourself, you don't want to talk about your business, you don't want to add no value to the person next to you, you're going to look like an oddball.
That's true.
I seen it. Like, I have all my events, I might have had like 2 people not have fun, but they didn't come there to network. They were going
off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. And that's what I could tell just from the conversation we had. But then, like I said, everything that I saw online, like I said, through Instagram, and then just like everybody's responses, you can tell this is something Black people get so mixed up. When it comes to us with networking, a lot of us think about networking as a social activity. And we think about it as, this is where I go to have fun. I go to get drinks. I listen to music. I just have a good time.
That's really like people just advertising networking because they want people to come. You know what I mean? Like it's a different.
They aren't networking.
Exactly.
They aren't really networking.
They aren't, and that's why my events are curated to network. That's why I did the game. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That's why we do a networking scavenger hunt. Like when people walk in on the 10th, the first thing you're gonna get is the packet with a grading sheet, and it's gonna be a scavenger hunt on it. If you're the first one to complete the scavenger hunt, I'm gonna give you some art. You feel me? So now it's like, let's be an art collector. Now I'm pouring back into the community. You feel me? Yeah.
Damn.
He's co-creative.
Everything's coming back to that.
No, wait. When you start hustling?
Right.
Wait. What borough you
New
from,
York
man?
state of mind.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but it's where
it.
it's supposed to be. Like your hustle's in the right energy. It's where it's
No, for
supposed to be
sure.
at. You're gonna see good feedback from it. Man, I'm trying to tell you, your energy is so good, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm just me, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's what makes it come natural. Like, I don't feel no pressure. I don't feel no added stress. You know, people be like, yo, Reason is busy. Like, I'm like, nah, this is just Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's another day.
what we doing because we here to execute things. You feel me? We're here to complete something. You know, once you know you're here, like, I'm here to do this. I want to do this. We there. You know what I'm saying? That,
Oh, you're executing them. Man, all right. But before we move on, because I know we want to get you dropped.
Yeah,
so we know
yeah.
what's going on with the events. How do you balance your everyday life while still creating art and being in the community? What is, like, when do you go to sleep?
Sleep.
What is that?
What is that? You know what I mean? I take naps.
Right.
You know, I take naps. But as far as like a full sleep, like my mind don't even let me sleep. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm more creative at nighttime. So
You're up.
yeah, I might be asleep, but I'm not asleep. I might be thinking about an idea. You know what I mean?
Working
And
through it.
exactly working through it. Because by the time my feet touch the floor, it kind of get done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just
What's
how
your
I am.
sign?
I'm a Virgo.
God damn it, them damn Virgos. When's your birthday?
September 10th.
God almighty, you gotta be kidding me.
Man.
No, it was a lady before the lady
Sitting in
who
that
was
seat.
sitting in the same seat. Her birthday was September 10th.
From Philly.
Word?
Yes.
Virgo
Oh, she's
energy.
fire.
Yeah.
She's
Right,
fire
Great
too.
energy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Y'all should.
Good Lord, man. I don't ever see.
Yeah.
Come on. Yo, ain't no Aries in the house?
Nah.
No Aries. God damn.
Virgos be
Tone
winning.
down.
It's our attention to detail.
Yes.
No, you ain't lying. You ain't
And then
lying.
we execute everything.
Mhm.
We're good at everything. And it's just like, we got that vibe. We
Yeah.
vibe with everybody.
These damn Virgos, bruh. God damn it. I like y'all though. I ain't got no hate.
Nah, ain't no need for no hate, you know what
Ain't
I
no
mean?
hate. Ain't no hate. But I appreciate.
We like to educate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But as far as a balance, you know, I just try to make it to where everything is incorporated. You know what I mean? Like even with the store, I try to do honeycomb things in the store so that way it's not just so fashion driven, you know?
No
Like-
lost time.
Exactly. It's no lost time. Exactly.
You're
That's
not wasting any, like, so even like people say, Native Americans, you get that animal, you ain't wasting none of the fat, using all the parts. You putting the
Mhm.
skin on your body, you're gonna wear this something, you're gonna use everything.
Right. And I try to wake up as an overachiever. You know what I'm saying? Like my list to-do list, it'd be immense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For a day, but it's like realistically, I know I'm not gonna get to it all.
Yeah.
But
Why not
I
try?
I tried to. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
I was reading this Elon Musk quote. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, "It's gonna take you as long as you want to get something done." You feel me? If you feel like it's gonna take you 3 months to clean your room, it's gonna take you 3 months. If you feel like it's gonna take you 3 days, it's gonna take you 3 days.
True.
So now it's like, if I got this list, if I could break it down the right way, I can get it done.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't mastered that yet. You know what I'm saying?
Working.
But I'm still working on that every
Mhm.
day. But then that also helps me develop things for other people. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not the only one who struggles with that.
True.
You know what I mean? That's how I came up with the workbook. I got like a workbook for kids
I
too.
saw your workbook.
Yeah, I'm dropping that. I'm excited about that. I just finished getting the copyrights and stuff done.
Dope.
But that just for like the youth and adults. Like by the time you finish the workbook, you should have a solid business idea. It takes you from like
Dope.
Start to finish.
yeah, not starting a business, but having an idea,
Yeah.
identifying you. That's the
Mhm.
whole purpose of it. You feel me? So that way, when you get volume 2, it's more like the nooks and crannies, like the budget and like what you need, supplies, who you need to reach out to first
Mhm.
in terms of trying to get things off the ground. You feel me? Sometimes it don't always need to be your family. Sometimes it might need to,
Mhm.
but you got to start thinking about certain type of people, like who's really supporting me. If that's not your mom, then don't go ask your mom to go help
Right.
you.
True.
You feel me? If it's your mentor, your coach, that's who you go to with your idea because they see you in a certain light already. You
Yep.
know what I mean? People already have a perspective of you.
Mhm.
Think about it. Your parents, they don't get upset with you a lot of times because you necessarily doing something so wrong. If they have a certain vision for you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And sometimes they don't align. So
Yeah.
when it doesn't
Get
align,
those
it's like,
someone else.
how can I get you back here? You know what I mean? But sometimes you just need to be you.
Yeah.
So when you understand who you are, you got to start, boom, okay, my coach sees me like this. He's going to keep me grounded to this.
Mhm.
Let me keep
Exactly.
pouring into that well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Different. Man, I'm going to tell you like this, man, just from speaking to you today and seeing what you're talking about. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's because, all right, our
Mhm.
podcast is about finding ways for millennials to get information that sometimes we feel the elders left without dropping and delivering for us. And it seems like you're working as hard as you can to make sure that gap is bridged.
No, facts.
From whatever you got and whatever you can do, whatever you learn, and that influence that you had, you're bringing that through. And it's just cool. It's refreshing to see that. Because a lot of times when folks in your position, their big thing is me.
Yeah, facts.
Me.
And I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes, naturally, because we're all human, you fall into that. But, that it bothers me more. Like I get more hurt than anything sometimes because of the fact that things are not for me. So it's like when people don't, necessarily follow, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to use the word follow, but I just for lack of better words, you know what I'm saying? Or they don't want to be with it's like some people just want to be around, but they don't want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Like I'm giving you the steps.
Yeah,
just follow them.
Let's do.
Let's do. I'm a doer. You can't be around me and not do anything. You're gonna be uncomfortable. Right. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, gosh, you're always doing something. Like
people do be saying that about Virgos. They're like, do you ever just rest?
Just relax.
Just relax. I'm like, why are we relaxing?
We ain't done.
I
ain't dead.
We here. You know what I'm saying? I tell myself all the time, like, we here. Why are we stopping?
And I tell people, my mom's like, she taught me how to overwork people. That's one thing about a Virgo. I know how to outwork you. I ain't better than you. I just know how to outwork you.
And that's it. Even when it came to basketball, before I got good at basketball, I would just outwork you.
That makes sense.
I was in shape. And I was going to guard you full court.
Yep.
That's how I got minutes on the court while I was developing. You see what I'm saying? That's another thing that you can even translate that to being an artist, an entrepreneur, whatever. Like sometimes, like for instance, like I said, I'm the number 2 at my store. You feel me? Like I learned from the guy who actually started the whole thing. Why? Because I have a gallery I'm trying to run.
Yeah.
You feel me? Sometimes you might need to be under that.
Sit and be a student.
Exactly. Because I'm getting all that hands-on experience. Because like I said, I run it from like all the operations of it. You feel me? So now when the gallery is like, okay, let's copy and paste.
Yeah. Because you know it works.
Exactly. You know it works. And then I could also add what I want to add to it. That's how I came up with the Patreon. But we still do my show in the store. And I still can mixed in with the Honeycomb because Velocity vibes with the fashion and music, like a 106 in Park.
Yeah. Okay.
So we show like the music videos in the store every second Tuesday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we take 5 artists, 5 business owners, and we let the business owners talk about their business. And then the music artists, they show their videos. They get to talk about it real quick. And then we always do like fashion reviews.
Okay.
And that's it. We shoot it like a whole in an hour, and that releases on the Patreon as well. So now it's almost like our own channel. You know what I mean?
Literal. You're building a channel.
But then that's leverage though. Artists gotta take the time to think about, let me build this up. Cause I'm not worried about getting followers like on Instagram. You feel me? You want followers for likes. You gotta really pay for people to see you on Instagram compared to the Patreon is like, let me see, let's say all 3 of y'all sign up, right? That's 3 people. I'm just gonna keep feeding y'all. Why am I worried about trying to pay for all these people who might not even get to see
you're spending?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about no algorithm.
Yeah.
What algorithm I'm worried about?
Create your own.
Exactly. I'm just going to keep feeding. Like I said, on Wednesdays, we load the art classes. Every once a month, we're going to load Velocity Vibe. We got the first 2 episodes on there right now. You feel me? We about to shoot the next one February 14th. And then after that, once we shoot it, the next week, it loads up on Patreon. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like on top of the events, because all the events are live streamed now. So now you can watch them back. You know, that's no different than watching the BET Awards rerun.
And that's what people do anyway.
Exactly. And then, now,
that day and age,
and then now we're able to offer things for small businesses in terms of like ads and stuff like that. You don't have to go pay for the probability of this many people seeing you. I have X amount of people on my Patreon account. I know I do my events. This is going to be this many people in person. So now I can calculate a package to where like, okay, small businesses, we're going to pre-record a commercial for you because even though we might be playing a game in person, at home they watching your commercial.
Yep.
Yeah, it's different.
God, you hit every avenue. So that's why I love you. You hit every avenue.
Because like the way you can tell the energy's good and you're really about making a positive movement. Man, we could get you. I don't know if you don't do no motivational speaking, but good Lord, you could if you want. I'm gonna tell you before we finish up, because I know we're about to be short on time. I want to make sure you let us know what current projects you're working on and what we can expect from you in the future, and we'll make sure we get this information and move it out.
No, quickly. Definitely. Really, honestly, just pay attention to the Honeycomb Experience for Pangea. That's our project. We're going to be dropping them in increments of 4 songs every month. And you're not going to know the names of the songs. It's going to be called Rough Draft 1, Rough Draft 2. So that way, by the time the real project drops, we're going based off the streams, like what's the most popular.
Oh, cool.
You feel me? And it's more like you got to grow with the process. And then you got to be on a Patreon to understand like who's on what song or whatever. You feel me? So that and just the art classes, anything that deals with community, we there.
Yeah.
Money.
I like that how you driving everybody to the Patreon, like subscribe.
Yeah. Because that's where you're going to find me as exclusivity. You know what I mean? Like you said, like, you're not going to see me everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to see everything on my Instagram. Like, okay, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing it. No, but you just know I'm moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if y'all watched American Gangster, but did y'all see the part when he was like, people don't know me like they know the owner of General Mills?
Got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Got you.
It's like, that's why the Honeycomb Experience don't have no face.
Keep game.
You feel me?
I was wondering.
But you know the product.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this person? Like, I was like, yeah, you gonna like it. I'm like, well, who is
You know how long it had to been searching for you to like to fit? Yo, you were like an enigma.
Yeah.
The reason I knew you, because I was listening to your music and I was like, yeah, that was the voice I was talking to on the phone.
Yeah.
So I know this must be him. Let me make sure I'm looking at it. But now that's a positive part because what it does is it allows people to pick and choose you as an option because of the work.
Right.
Not just not a thought about or idea of a persona.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it's
not what it is.
And it's not just for me, it's for everybody. So why would I put my face on it? You feel me? When somebody got their face on it, you naturally assume it's about them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
compared to I got a house because it should be a house for artists. If you look at the logo, you feel me?
Yep.
And then you see the pillars we go through.
Yep.
So if you come in the gallery, you'll see them like we go by fame. So fashion, art, music, education.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's like I said, he believes in the five pillars of hip hop.
Yeah.
He's serious about this.
Yeah, we're going to definitely grow. We're going to definitely keep doing our thing. So my goal is to just keep having people come and grow. I don't gain nothing from people. I tell people all the time, like, I don't want nothing from you but to be the best you. Don't tell me you want to go to the moon and I've got all this stuff ready to help you build to go to the moon and now you don't want to go for takeoff.
That's insanity.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why you got to do things exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just get to me. You feel me? Like, if we're working, we're going to work. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to necessarily be in the face of everything. Like, some people feel like they got to be present everything. No, you could be, you have a greater chance of being omnipresent by not being visible. You feel me? Because you don't have to be seen.
Good point.
You know what I mean? Like like if I'm training my interns and things like that, right? They're a reflection of me.
Yeah.
That's the point. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be there. Am I still omnipresent? Yeah. Because the Honeycomb Experience is still like, in essence, me.
Can I teach you about this too? The idea of a beehive and how a beehive operates. That's why when you were talking about,
for sure,
that's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Everybody is on code. They're all on point. They're all working. You may not know who it is or what this person's over here doing their thing, but they're doing something to build to make sure that experience of that honeycomb is proper.
Exactly.
This was a good episode.
Great episode.
No, this was fire though. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard.
Man, but man, I want to thank you for joining us today.
Nah, no problem.
Oh yeah, drop your Instagram and website.
Okay, follow me at Reasons Brown, nothing in between it, Reasons Brown on Instagram, but most importantly, follow the Honeycomb Experience. Don't worry about following me. Follow that because that's for the opportunity. We always say a community that engages creates opportunity.
Yeah.
So that's what we on. But I also, while we still here, if y'all want to do a workshop, I know y'all seen y'all doing a workshop.
Yeah.
If y'all want to do something at the spot, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, let's do that. You feel me? I'm with that.
Okay.
You know, even if y'all want to do it at the store, like I got spaces. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now it's just a matter of a date and how we want to formulate it. You know?
Yeah.
For sure, but let's do that.
We're definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
Man, shoot. Pleasure speaking with you.
Oh, nah, for sure. Pleasure's mine.
Man, DJ and what? Tamaya.
What's up?
Yep. Reasons.
This is the Hilltop Glove Podcast signing off. Peace.
That's it for today's episode of the Hilltop Glove Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and other platforms. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Hilltop Glove.